Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin continues to move here in this, it might become a range down there. Yeah, it might do, depends on what happens today. I mean, on Friday we can still get a little bit of movement in, but if by the end of the trading day, by the end of, I would say, even the closure of the US stock market today on Friday, we haven't seen a breakout of this current range, which means either below yesterday's low, so we talk about here below 26,530, or above this last swing high, 26,950, we might be bouncing around in this range for a while. I currently, due to the length of this and due to its tendency to move a little higher here, slightly, yeah, I am watching if this is wave 4 in orange. I think we talked about that in the last video already. It's not entirely confirmed yet. Yeah, it hasn't invalidated the yellow wave count. Essentially, they are both pointing to the downside, right? It's just to give you two ideas how this could subdivide. In the yellow wave count, for example, this would be a 1-2 setup, and we would follow through to the downside again in a third of a third wave, but this is starting to look very, very strange. So I start really to prefer that orange wave count, which is part of the same scenario, really. It's just a different way of getting there. Resistance remains at 27,620. In the orange count, I would actually like it to see at least 27.2K, maybe even a little higher into this resistance area, but shouldn't get beyond 27,620. And I would count that as an ABC structure. Now, can I rule out some kind of a triangle here moving, in this range? No. Could, of course, turn into a triangle. Wave 4s can be a triangle. That's a possibility. And that's why I mentioned, if this isn't really moving today, then we might see a boring weekend. But it's now coming down, but might test recent lows. Okay, but if it follows through, there's, I think, short-term weakness on the S&P chart. But if it follows through today, then this wave 4 might already be in. Yeah. The question will be, if it's in already today, it's not really long enough time-wise, okay? Because if it's orange wave 4, you would normally like to see a wave 4 that's a bit more boring, okay? A wave 4 should be boring, especially crypto wave 4 should be boring. And it often is similar to what the wave 2 did in time. So what we'd like to see is maybe a few more days, and that could, Bitcoin could spend time casually over the weekend to form that wave 4. Everybody will get bored again, and then ready maybe for Monday, we start to see that move to the downside. So what's happening in here in this range isn't really meaningful, in my opinion. We really need a breakout. Let the market tell you what's happening here. We have the parameters very well defined. My view is that against 27,623, we can focus on lower. I would prefer a little bit more of a healthy wave 4, especially as long as yesterday's low isn't broken to the downside. If yesterday's low breaks now, I probably have to assume we're still in the yellow count, but it is very much now. If it breaks down now, it's sort of between, okay, is this already the orange wave 4 or not? I would find it a little too shallow for orange wave 4. Yeah? Actually, quite a bit too shallow. So I would prefer 1 or 2 more days of sideways action, maybe slight upside, rally into resistance. Yeah, it could be slow to get a clearer and healthier wave 4. By the way, I can take that trend line out now. We don't need that anymore. But for anybody who missed it, in the orange wave count, we're dealing with a diagonal structure in orange wave 1, after which we should see another wave 2 corrective rally before we then come down in a third wave, which should, by the way, be an ABC structure. Yeah, so that's sort of what we are watching for. No, 1 second. No, that was wrong. I get confused with ABCs as well. No, this wave 1 is a 5-wave move. It's just that the wave 1 itself is a diagonal. Don't worry about it. That's not so important now. I think resistance is very clear. Next support, I mean, I gave you the level for yesterday's swing low, but really the next key level to break, the next key level the bears need to target, and that the bears need to break is here the 26K level. Below that level, we are dealing with 25.3K, and it would be ideal with this 5th wave to get at least close to that level. Yeah, there is not much more to add at the moment. I think, what we're doing on the daily time frame, I talk about that every day. Nothing more bullish really evident here. If the price is breaking above resistance, then yeah, then we have to unpack more bullish options. But probably my first view would be that we are simply resetting the B wave higher. That's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. As a channel member, you get access to our Sunday member live streams. Next one is obviously on Sunday. We're going to cover a topic again. We talk about how to trade different patterns, and then we cover some member requests, coin requests. In addition, you get access to Discord and Telegram, the chat rooms and educational content. And as a gold member, you get access to additional short-term market updates. Yeah, thank you very much and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.